Alright. Perfect. Welcome, nobody who's here yet. We're just picking up from the live stream 2 weeks ago, so gonna pick something up and get to it. So for anyone watching the archive, because no one's here, how you guys doing? Because I'm doing great. I've been playing a lot of Smash, trying to practice and you know, be competent at the game, because right now I suck. You know, I've just kind of sucked my entire Smash career, and I'm tired of it. You know, I want to be half decent. I don't want to be like winning, like I don't want to be winning a bunch of tournaments and stuff. Like I just don't want to be trash, you know. So I've been practicing a lot. No one's here yet, so I'm just gonna finish this up. Get that done. Alright, solve one cube and no one's here. Yeah, I guess it's my fault. Not announcing it better, but I'm just trying to practice my Smash game to not be so bad, you know, because I don't like being, because we have a gamers club in my school, and you know, I was playing Smash, and I lost against people I usually win against, and I was pissed, to say the least. And you know, I didn't enjoy losing to people I would normally win against, so I've just been trying my best. No one's here. But I picked up a new main. I'm maining Greninja now. I like to think I'm okay at Greninja. I mean, like, I'm not good at reading, and I can't combo. My neutral game is just complete ass, but I'm trying my best. I'm trying to remain optimistic. You know, just trying to, you know, just get into a mindset. So I'm not like, I suck. I'm never gonna improve. I'm gonna be trash here my entire life. You know, just trying to be a little more positive. So if you're new to the channel, I generally don't do this, but like, subscribe, comment, and subscribe to PewDiePie. If you haven't subscribed to PewDiePie, then what are you doing? Just go search up PewDiePie. See the channel with 80 million subs, and click that big subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, go tell someone else to subscribe to PewDiePie right now. I don't care if you're watching this live, which no one is, or if you're watching the archive. I want you to go stop watching the stream, go to PewDiePie channel, and subscribe. Okay. Okay. Back to the cube. I'm just solving. This is a landline 4x4. I don't remember, like, I don't know what kind specifically, but it turns great. It's, actually, no, it turns okay. It's catchy, and I'm slow to begin. Oh, well, what can you do? Just do that one more time. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Just sending the stream to some people, so just anyone watch, cause doing stuff like this and not getting views is kind of demoralizing. Cause I'm just like a little tiny minuscule speck of a quark in the vast universe that is YouTube. No one cares about me. So I'm just sitting here solving my Rubik's Cubes with my phone camera and my microphone dangling from the top of my desk. See that? That's my microphone. Here, just go ahead and say hi. Oh, they left. Nice. Okay, where was I? But yeah, I'm just really the only people I know that care about my channel are just some of my friends and family that I told about it, and they're like, "Yo, subscribe to Christian and all that." And I'm like, dude, no one likes my channel. I'm just kind of here. Alright, so what else? What else can I do? What else can I talk about? What's a good topic to talk about? Right now I'm just struggling to think of something to talk about, so this stream doesn't get too boring. Tell you guys a little bit about me. Well, I'm a cuber, obviously. I mean, I got like so many of them right here. I got more back here. But I'm a cuber, and also enjoy shiny hunting. That's always something to do. Right now I'm doing a techno hunt in Pokemon Moon. I'm at let's see, 1,310 soft resets and still nothing. So I'm about to go over odds, and I have not found anything yet. And that hunt's actually been going on for a not a long time, but it's been going on for a while. I can at least tell you that it started up last year. Cause like I started the hunt, did like a couple hundred soft resets, put it down, got my Switch, which is sitting on my bed over there. I had to drag myself away from Smash Bros to do the stream. I just put it down. I was more distracted with the Switch because the Switch is a lot of fun. I got Breath of the Wild and Smash Bros. Both are great games, and I'm pretty sure both are like the most commonly owned Switch games. That and Mario Odyssey. Well, yeah, I didn't actually touch my 3DS until like last Friday, because I solved this one. What's next? Let's do the cube. This is actually missing a centerpiece case yet. It's missing a center. I'm pretty sure I'm convinced I threw it away, but well, what can you do? I'll probably order a new one on a different day. Let's see, doing that. I guess that's done. And that.
Hello, sir.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Not much. Just got home.
Nice. Older sister just got home. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, 3DS. I didn't actually start picking up my 3DS until last Friday when I was just sitting waiting for my ride at school. I just picked it up, played some Tetris for DS. Which is a lot of fun actually. I like to think I'm good at Tetris, and that's probably the only thing I'm good at. Even then, I'm pretty sure I'm terrible compared to most like world record. I don't even. Are there even? I'm pretty sure there are, but like most world records I see are for stuff like highest jump or speed runs, and any star, Super Mario 64 or 100% Ocarina of Time and all that. You ever like any? I don't think I've seen like a Tetris like world record or anything. I might look into that after the stream, but I haven't seen anything. But I just I picked it up like last Friday when finished that. I just picked it up last Friday and I just started going at it. Oh boy, this is unmodded Shang-Chi 5x5. You guys are in for a long one. So anyway, I just picked it up again, and it's a lot of fun. Compared to I have an original 3DS, so compared to the Switch, it's absolutely tiny. But it's a lot of fun. The 3DS has some great games. Too bad the thing is just about to die. It's sad because the entire we're almost 15 minutes in the stream and no viewers. Great. But outside of the 3DS is just at the end of its life. Because I grew up with the DS family, you know, like the original DS. Actually, no, not the original DS. I grew up with the DS Lite. It was actually the first like video game. I want to say console, but consoles are more like plug into the wall and keep it. It was the first gaming device I owned. And it was great. The DS had some the DS had some really good games. Like some of the ones I can name off the top of my head are Mario 64 DS. I actually really enjoyed that. I actually have a lot of nostalgia for the DS port, even though a lot of people say it's terrible. I'm pretty sure it's only because of the controls, but still. And what else? And oh yeah, Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That's it. That's a really good one. Yeah, let me think. Pokemon Black and White. Pokemon Black and White 2. Black 2 specifically is just my favorite Pokemon game of all time, and it makes me sad that it's also the worst. That Black and White are also the worst selling Pokemon games in history, or like at least in the main series. Because that makes me sad. I really enjoy the games. Oh my god, music. Music is one of my favorite parts of those games. It's so nostalgic. Some of my favorite songs include songs like Champion Theme, all of the remix, PWT, the final theme for the PWT, the gym, and the last Pokemon theme from the Gym Leaders. Oh, just so many good songs. What else is a good DS game? Well, Tetris is also a good one, even though I only found it. What else? Oh, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I played Diamond fairly recently. It was actually a lot of fun. I genuinely really enjoy Diamond. My team consisted of a I have an Infernape, which I really only picked because the only other fire type is Ponyta, and I'm mad on Ponyta. What else? Oh, Luxray, because everyone has one. Yeah, Gastrodon's actually a really good water type. It's water ground like my favorite Pokemon of all time. Whoever can work out what my favorite Pokemon of all time is, you get a shout out. And what else? Oh yeah, but that shout out. Whoever gets gets their shout out next live stream, which I plan on doing every Tuesday at starting somewhere between 7 and 8. I plan to start streaming at 7, but I expect the streams to start at like 7:30, close to 8, because I get easily distracted. But back on the teams. Yeah, I also had a Roserade, which ended up being the star of my team, and it's now one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, because before Roserade was a very mad Pokemon to me. It actually used to creep me out a lot because, so those of you who know what Roserade looks like know that it has yellow eyelids. So the first ever picture I saw of it, I saw it with its eyes closed, and I didn't know that the yellow part was its eyelids. So I thought like its entire eye was just yellow, and it creeped me out. And then like as I just got older, I saw other pictures and I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, but like before that, I didn't really care for Roserade or any of its evolutions. I mean, I thought Badoo was cute, but that's about it. Honestly, I have more memories with Roselia than Roserade because I grew up with the DS, but I also grew up with Pokemon Sapphire. I don't have it anymore, but I grew up with it, and it was a lot of fun. Even though anytime I try to do a Hoenn playthrough, I can't. I don't know why. I just play for a little bit, get as far as what's it called? Probably Petalburg Woods, and then stop. Before this, I've got was when I was playing a Pokemon Sapphire ROM on my phone. So what I had done was I was grinding to beat Norman, or was it? Well, it was either Norman or Watson. I don't remember off the top of my head. But I put all my daycares. Well, I put my Pokemon daycares, and I ran back and forth with. Okay, so the emulator I use has a fast forward feature. So I turned on the fast forward feature, put my Pokemon in the daycare, and I ran back and forth until all my Pokemon got enough experience to level up to decent level. Did that with all of them, and then I just powered through all the games, and I got as far as Winona, the 6th gym leader, Flying Type. And I stopped in the middle to look at something on like Google Chrome, and I was just reading stuff. Then I look at my notification bar. So usually when I'm playing a ROM, there's a notification on top on my screen that says, "Oh, your emulator is running." So I'm just reading this article, and keep in mind I haven't saved since before I started grinding at daycare, and like I'm reading it, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And then I look up at the notification bar, it's gone, and I'm like, "No." So I quickly open my. So I just opened my emulator, and bam, right where I was before I started grinding, and okay. Sorry about that. Where was I? Okay, so I opened my emulator, and I see, bam, right before I'd done anything, about 3 or so hours of progress just down the drain instantly, and still no viewers. If I don't get any viewers by the 30-minute mark, I'm just gonna end the stream. But I see that I got, and I don't have any. I see that I've lost all that progress, and I was just like, I just closed the game and didn't touch it again. And I'm just trying to get back. I'm just trying to get back into the home games because those were my childhood. Specifically, okay. So Emerald was the first Pokemon game I ever played. So I had a used copy. So when I first started playing, I had someone else's file. And the thing I remember vividly the most about the file was their team at the time consisted of Rayquaza, Lugia, Squirtle, and Eevee Egg, and I don't remember what the last two were. I think one of them was a Larvitar, actually. I don't remember that well. I was like 5 when I got it for the first time, but those are the ones I remember the most. And I was just kind of messing around with that team before I actually started to play for myself. But I vividly remember just constantly using Aeroblast with Lugia. I don't remember the parody. God damn it. It's been so long since I had to do the parody algorithm. I don't even remember it. Jeez. Alright, well, back to square one with this. So I remember just constantly aeroblasting everything, which was fun, but I don't know. So I just started playing with Fall, and I remember I was terrible at the game because I didn't even understand like the basic mechanics, and I couldn't like read properly at the time. So I didn't understand what most of the dialogue was, and I never really got past it. I think I actually lost my copy, and I never got a new one. Okay, that's done. No, that's okay. Okay, so what else? Yeah. Anyway, back to what I was. Oh yeah, back to my Sinnoh team. So, also, I'm just kind of jumping around topics because I'm just trying. Hey, someone's here. Say hi. Whoever's here, say hi. Welcome to the stream and all that. How long have you been here and all that? In case you just tuned in like a couple seconds ago, I was discussing my past about Pokemon. Hey, someone else is here. Say hi. I was just. Are you guys gonna say anything or? Oh, whatever. So I guess the stream is not gonna be 30 minutes long like the other two. What's up, Daniel? Christian. What's up? What's up, Daniel? How you been? How you been, man? Might as well just talk about Pokemon now. Good men's. That's good. Good to see you doing good, man. So You got any idea for any like anything I can talk about? Because I've talked about my past with video games, my Nintendo Switch, and I've already told people to subscribe to PewDiePie. So I really don't know what else I can talk about. Really, the only thing I can think about is I don't know. About that one chef. What chef? I haven't heard that one, Daniel. So I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, first the chicken or the egg. That's oh dang, we're getting deep, man, because the chicken will come first to lay the egg, but where the chicken come from? The chicken comes from an egg. So the chicken would have had to come from an egg, but the egg had to come from somewhere. So the egg would have to come from the chicken, but the chicken also had to come from somewhere. So that's how you break the universe, Daniel. Oh shit, bro, it's simple. Calm down. I did that by accident, man. Because the way I have the tripod set up is that like my foot's like right next to one of the legs, so I can kick it really easily, and I don't mean to. You got anything else to talk about, man? I can tell you guys about how I got into cubing if anyone's interested. What about it, Daniel? Another person watching the stream and not stating who they are. Would you like to hear about how I got into cubing? It's simple, bro. It's a chegg. I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Can you explain what chegg? Oh look, someone left. Well, if you're still here, just go ahead and say something. Are you gonna say anything? It's just kind of awkward if you're I'm just here talking to someone with no formal correspondence, man. Because or woman, I don't know, or whatever gender you identify as. I don't want to offend anybody, even though I genuinely don't care. You know, just trying to keep my channel in the positive. I don't want to be just bum rushed by a bunch of angry SJWs being like, oh, how could you assume their genders and all that. Pretty sure it's a really past topic, but I'm just trying to, just trying to play it safe. So don't do that, Daniel. I mean, I appreciate the thought, but I want to just genuinely earn subscribers, you know? I don't want to be like, oh, I don't want to just be like, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't know how to explain it, but like, but you know, like at the end of what's called PewDiePie's song, "Bitch Lasagna," he yells "Subbot" at the ocean. I don't want people yelling "Subbot" like that at me. But I can't stop you. So if you really want to, go ahead. Let's do this. This is a store-bought Rubik's Cube, and the logo's coming off. I can't. Let's solve the black one again. Oh my god, Daniel. You swear don't do it. There it is. I'm gonna solve this boy. Alright, I'll solve this boy. Alright, it's all mixed up. Are you ready for this, Daniel? Are you ready for this, Daniel? I'm not gonna start until you say you're ready. Okay, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna start anyway. Now I did. Done. I solved it, Daniel. Moving on. Mega Minx, I think it's an MF8 one, but I don't remember. Actually, no, it's cube style. It's a sculpted Mega Minx. You can see by the, can you see it? It's got like little grooves in it, which are meant for support. But this is actually my second Mega Minx. This one's my first. But Mega Minx is one of those puzzles I enjoy to do occasionally. It's fun to just pick up and solve one, even if it does take a while. Alright, so that blue's right there, and I can just turn that. Put that in there. Alright, get that out of the way. So what else can I talk about? What can I do? I might as well just tell you guys the story of how I got into cubing. So like back when I didn't know how to solve a Rubik's Cube, like maybe middle school, I watched a lot of Red KB. He's the one who taught me how to solve it, and you know what? Go watch him. He's way more entertaining than I am. But anyway, still, I liked watching his videos, and I was like, oh cool, solving Rubik's Cube is awesome. I wish I knew how to do that. Then I realized he had a tutorial to how to solve it. It's a 25-minute long video, but it did its job, and because of him, I'm where I am now. So on the very, very, very slim chance that that Red KB is watching this, thanks, man. You're the one who inspired me to cube, and eventually my channel. But like, although like, well, Red KB is the one who taught me. Well, his videos is how I learned how to solve. But it wasn't like him by himself that like got me into making videos about it, because there was also some other cubers that I watched, like Crazy Bad Cuber, Cuberrhythms, JR Cuber, and all, and like they inspired me. I was like, I want to give that a shot. And here I am now with 40 subscribers and one person watching me solve cubes live. So again, on the very, very minute, I'm probably more likely to find 5 shinies in one Hordent X and Y without the shiny charm. Odds that they're watching this, any of them. Thanks. You guys inspired me to make my my keeping channel. Oh, Daniel left. Nice. I'll go until the 40-minute mark, and then I'll just. If I don't get anyone else on the 40-minute mark, I'll just end the stream because talking to myself is awkward and boring. So, what else can I talk about? Oh, the DLC fighters in Smash. The only character I was genuinely hoping that would be in Smash was Skull Kid because I didn't care about anyone else. Not even the purple gangly fuck that is Waluigi. Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
What you doing?
Streaming.
Cool.
This is my older sister.
Hi.
Shout outs to her. She's the one who bought me the tripod and a couple of these cubes. She's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout outs to her. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I was satisfied with like when they announced most of the roster, because like most of the characters like I genuinely care about were in Smash 4. You know, like characters like Robin, Ike, Mega Man, Greninja, and I was content with having them back. I was actually planning out like when I saw that Pichu was back. I was like, you know what? I want to main that. So I actually mained Pichu for a little bit. Pichu is surprisingly good in this game. But back to it. So like I was content with the roster we had, so I didn't care about who else got in the game, but really the only character I actually so I'm kind of ashamed to admit this, but I used to be like a Waluigi fanatic. Kind of, I just jumped on the bandwagon. And like I was like, oh, Waluigi needs to be in Smash and all that, and then like when he was announced, but Daisy was, I was like, why Sakurai? So I was kind of upset about that, and then I grew out of it, realized it was stupid, and then moved on. And it's a good thing I did, because literally like a few months later after that, I hear a story that a couple of Waluigi fans were harassing the director of Smash Brothers, Masahiro Sakurai, Daddy Sakurai, with, they were just constantly harassing him, and apparently some of them sent him Waluigi porn. I'm pretty sure most of you that give a shit about Smash have heard the story, but just why, man? He and his team work so hard. They work so hard and tolerate our bullshit just to give us really good games, and then this is how we thank them. So just send the director pornography of a fictional character, which also leads me to believe that Sakurai secretly hates us. Which I wouldn't blame him, but you know, even if he does hate us, I don't think he should hate like the entire fan base. Just the small portion that just harasses him, which I'm pretty sure is the case. But like, I was just kind of ashamed of myself for like having that phase, and now I don't really care about Daisy being in the game. I mean, it's cool that she is, because she just kind of has no recognition outside of the Mario Party and sports games. Even though I never played I didn't play Super Mario Land. Actually, no, I played a little bit of it, but I didn't get very far. I think it was lack of interest, but I mean, it's cool she's in the game. Really, the only characters I'm mad that are in the game are the ones that I already hated. What's Zero Suit, Luke. Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
I hate Lucas in Smash 4. I don't care what anyone says. I genuinely despise playing against him. But you know, just the only character. Like at that point, I really didn't care about who got in the game. Really, the only character I somewhat cared about was Skull Kid because Majora's Mask was great, but when he was revealing this trophy, I was like, cool. I really don't care. And then we got the Piranha Plant announcement. That was something. I'm not against Piranha Plant being in the game, and he looks like a fun character, but it was just out of nowhere. I mean, now they gotta add Goomba, because I genuinely, and now that Piranha Plant's been announced, I genuinely want them to add Goomba because I think it would be funny. I'll keep going until like 45 minutes, but I think since Piranha Plant got in the game, there's pretty much just like at this point anyone can get in the game, like Banjo. I was gonna say Rex, but he's a Mii costume. Maybe Elm from Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia, even though I never played it. What else? Actually, I don't think there's gonna be another Fire Emblem rep, considering we already have 7 of them. 9 if you count female Robin and Corn separate. And also Joker. I've never played a Persona game, but from what I heard, they're good. They're good, if not long. They're good, but long games. And I've heard generally positive things about the games. I've never really had an interest in playing them, but they seem cool. They got a lot of personality and all that, but like, I don't know, maybe if Persona 5 gets a Switch port, I'll consider picking it up if I have money. Like at this point, any of the 4 remaining fighters for DLC could be anything. It could be Banjo. It could be I don't think Gino, because I think he's like a Mii costume again. I could be wrong about that because I haven't gotten all the Mii costumes. Okay, I only got a few left. You know what? Fuck it, we're going until I finish solving all of these. But at this, I'm pretty sure I've already said this like 100 times already. But at this point, anyone could probably get in the game. The only character I would care if they were in the game was Goomba. But if anyone else got into the game, I would be fine with that. Because I play characters that I've never played the games for. I play I main Samus for a little bit when I first got Smash 4. But I've literally only played 2 Metroid games and finished one of them. I played Prime 3 and Zero Mission, and I finished Zero Mission. Zero Mission was actually pretty good. But other than that, I've never really played a Metroid game, and I played Richter for a little bit, but I've never played a Castlevania game. Who else? Oh yeah, Mega Man. Mega Man was my most recent main before I decided to invest all of my time into Greninja. But I've also never played a Mega Man game, not even from any series. I haven't played a classic game, Mega Man X, Mega Man Zero, Battle Network, Legends, you name it. I've never played any of them. But I enjoy how he plays, and I might consider playing a classic game. If I do, it's probably going to be Mega Man 2. What else? Oh yeah, I also played Ike for a bit, even though I've never played Path of Radiance. I played Awakening, which Robin, Lucien, and Chroma from. That was a good game, and I played Fates too, which Korn's from. I actually really enjoyed Fates. I played Conquest, which in my opinion is the best path because I just like the Nord characters a lot more than the Hoshido characters. But like I'm fine with any character whether I recognize them or not. Because like with Joker from Persona, I've never played a Persona game, but he looks like an interesting character to play. What else? Alright. What's a good topic? Oh yeah, I talked about Ike and not ever playing Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn, but Ike is well, Smash Bros in general is indirectly how I the Smash series, specifically Brawl, is indirectly how I got into Fire Emblem as a series. Because, like, so I started with Brawl on Nintendo Wii U. I don't care what anyone says, I genuinely enjoy the game. It was back when I was terrible and I didn't know how to play, but I enjoyed the game. I played it, got my ass kicked, and had fun. Subspace was definitely a good mode. But how I got into Fire Emblem is so my cousin she made Ike like ever since Brawl and all the way up to now she's an Ike main. What's it called? And she enjoyed playing Ike and was considered and wanted to play one game from a series, which is Fire Emblem. So she picked up Awakening and ended up really enjoying the game. And I saw her playing the game, and I was like, "Oh, that game is cool. Can I borrow it?" So I borrowed Awakening, and that's how I got. And I was like, "Oh man, this game's good." So eventually, I got the game for myself. Actually, I have the box right here, but it's a really good game. And then like about a year or so later, when Fates was announced, I picked up Conquest, which was also a good game. And I enjoyed both games. I've never played I've never played a tactical RPG before that, but I genuinely enjoy the game. It was a lot of fun. And on the topic of 3DS games, one of the best 3DS games I've played in general is this one right here, Pokemon Moon. This is such a good game. Like there's a lot to do in the game. Well, during the main story. I haven't played Ultra Sun and Moon yet. I'm probably gonna skip it for the new Pokemon games coming out. Well, not coming out, but that are gonna be announced probably later this year. But Pokemon Moon, I don't really know what to say. It's just such a good game. Here's my painted gear ball, by the way. What else was I gonna say? But I enjoy the characters, the music, the battling. That's Pokemon Moon is the first game where I started both competitive battling and shiny hunting. And the first shiny I've ever hunted was a shiny Eevee. And And my most memorable hunt from Pokemon Moon specifically was what's it called? Well, we've already gone to 50 minutes. Nice. But my favorite hunt I've done was for a shiny Bagon, which I don't care what anyone says. Bagon has a good shiny. If you disagree with me, then you're entitled to your own opinion. But I will always stand by that shiny. Anyway, that was one of my favorite hunts, and I trained it competitively. It's not good. I'm pretty sure it has a calm nature, but either way, I still trained it. I gave it a Solomon sight, and it wrecks face. My favorite Pokemon on my competitive team is my Mata Zergatry, which Zergatry is ridiculously frail and pretty slow. But when it sweeps hard. Seriously. If you can if you land the Z Hypnosis and you set up a Tail Glow, with the combination of Thunderbolt and what's it called, Grass Knot, nothing, and I mean nothing, will beat you. Because I vividly remember one match. I was playing against a random person online. They had a really good competitive team. I vividly remember a shiny Gliscor, but it was whittling down my entire team, and I almost lost, but I sent out my Zergatry. I should probably keep solving it while I'm telling the story, but I sent out my Zergatry, and it lands the Hypnosis and absolutely sweeps his team. He rage quit halfway through the match. That was the funniest thing. Zergatry is now my all-time favorite Ultra Beast with only Kartana. With only Kartana being close to matching it. But Pokemon Moon's like where I started getting into the more like the more technical stuff of Pokemon, like shiny hunting, EV training, battling. I don't know how to breed, but that's one of the things I'm considering picking up. But another game where I started doing that was Ultra Moon, which I don't own Ultra Moon. I actually borrowed my copy from the same cousin I was talking about during the Fire Emblem story. But she let me borrow her copy of Ultra Moon, and I started going at it, because not only are there like good SOS hunts to get, like Zoro. Oh my god, Zoro has such a good shiny. But there's also the Ultra Wormholes where you can get shiny legendaries. And, okay, so one of my shortest hunt I've ever done was literally like the first SOS hunt I dedicated time to, which was my hunt for a shiny Giratina. Because I like Giratina. I think it has an amazing shiny. And I was like, I wanna get that. So I get the rubber band, I get the little piece of paper, I set up my tracker, and I start going at it. 20 minutes and 64 soft resets later, I find it. I mean, it's not a crazy first encounter shiny legendary or anything like that. It wasn't even like a good, it didn't have a good nature, but you know, 64 soft resets for my first ever hunt. That was something that, for lack of a better phrase, tightened my pants. And I obviously instantly went into full-on capture mode. I caught it, saved the game immediately, and I was just texting my friends in all caps just because of how excited I was. So yeah, I've actually never had long hunts until like up until recently, because that's the wrong thing. Like one of the hunts that actually no, I'm not gonna do that. I think this is burning a little bit from the friction, but most of the hunts oh boy, this is gonna be an entertaining video for anyone watching the archive, but one of the most but like like up until Type Null, I've never had a long hunt, because I also hunted QRM, which I got in like I think 400 to 500 encounters, and I got 2 shiny Pheromosa. One was for my friend Logan, which I sold to him, and the other was one for myself for my collection. So so the first one didn't take that long. I don't remember the exact number, but I think it was around 300. And then there was my second shiny Pheromosa, which was my second longest hunt. Which I actually don't remember like the number, but I don't remember the number. I think it was around 600. But I was literally just laying on my bed, just being like, and then I eventually find it, and I literally just went from like to like in the span of about 5 seconds, and then I caught it, and I kept it for my collection. What else? Oh yeah, another hunt I was interested in doing was this one was kind of on and off, but I was shiny hunting a Guzzlord. You know, for my Ultra Wormhole collection. I'm only missing Nihiligo, Zergatry, and the Ultra fucking piece of lead, and the what's called the Ultramoon Ultra Beasts. But oh my god. So let me tell you guys about my shiny Celestial hunt. So that was a hunt that I was on and off doing for a couple of months. And if I had to guess like the exact number, I'm guessing it would be like around that would make my shiny Pheromosa hunt my 3rd longest. So I think I did around, I want to say 900 encounters for a Celesteela, because at that point I wasn't keeping track. But like I put it down, and like I got my new phone eventually in between hunts. So and I was like multi-tap, so I was watching videos and keeping track, and I was like, I was doing this. I was expecting this to take a lot longer. 65 soft resets from when I started. Still making my shiny Giratina my shortest hunt, but still 65 within me starting. And then I just have it sit in my box. And obviously that wasn't my first shiny, because, or like none of these that I've been talking about were my first shiny. Okay, so the first shiny I ever found, not including the red Gyarados from Heart Gold and Soul Silver, was a shiny Abra in the Safari Zone in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Can you guess what it did? It ran. First turn. So yeah, that shiny Abra ran for me literally instantly, and I think 9-year-old me was just heavily demoralized. But like my next shiny I wouldn't find for a long time. But when I was playing through, okay, so to give you guys a little context, I was on a trip in Mexico, and I had Omega Ruby at the time. I don't have it anymore, but I was playing that just like kill some time, and I was going through. I don't remember, I think it was called the Cave of Origin. You know, the place where you get Kyogre and Groudon. Like, I was going through that place, and I was getting a bunch of gold bat encounters. I was like, oh my god, can I finish this already? So, like, I was walking through, I get another gold bat encounter, and I'm like, oh my god, not another one. Shiny gold bat. Green and pink gold bat. And so I was shocked, and I caught it. I added it to my team and moved on with my life. And like the first shiny I actually tried to hunt and was successful with was in Pokemon X, back when I still had it, and I didn't sell it to David, like a fucking idiot. Okay, so I sold my copy of Pokemon X to my friend David last year. Biggest regret of my life, along with trading my copy of Smash 4 for 3DS for a copy of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I don't have anything against the guy I traded the game to, but I regret the decision because Smash. Alright, the final cube after this. I'm ending the stream, but I was talking about. So the first hunt I ever attempted to do was for a shiny fungus, and now that I think about it, my shiny Giratina hunt is not my longest hunt ever, because 2 hordes, 2 fucking horde encounters, bam, shiny fungus, right there, little Master Ball Shroom, just sitting in the left middle, right here, here, right there. I remember he was right here. So I caught him, and this was before I knew anything about competitive battling. So like I kind of tossed him on a team because he's a shiny, so of course. So as the Mungus, I vividly remember he knew Clear Smog. Which, if you don't know anything about Pokemon, or if you know anything about Pokemon but don't know like what the move does, it is a 50 base power poison type move, which removes all status conditions on the Pokemon it hits. So it's like an offensive haze. So if I use that against something like a Greninja, who more than likely is setting up Swords Dance, it gets rid of his boost and just wastes turn for my opponent. I remember doing it against my friend Jose. Like, it was funny, but it never really went anywhere because I didn't know anything about battling. Anyway, what else can I talk about? I've talked about my. I mean, I don't think anyone genuinely cares about my my Pokemon Diamond team, but let's talk about a topic that is guaranteed to make any video a clickbait video. Anime. I don't like anime. Despite what my general appearance and demeanor would entail, I don't like anime. I don't despise anime. I'm perfectly fine with people watching. I generally do not care if you watch anime or not, as long as you're not like weird about it. Like if you like watch anything like, I don't know, One Piece, My Hero Academia, Naruto, go for it, buddy. I don't care. I can't stop you. But like, if you try to be like weird about it or anything, I'm just gonna be like, whoa, partner, tone it down. Like, other than that, I really have nothing against anime besides the fact that I don't really like it. But there are exceptions to everything, and the anime I genuinely watched and enjoyed was take a guess. 3, 2, 1, JoJo's, which was a good anime and I enjoyed it. I haven't watched all of JoJo's. I've gone as far as finishing part 3, but I haven't gone past that. I've been meaning to get to part 4, but I've just been busy. But I genuinely enjoyed JoJo's. It was a good anime. I love the characters. Oh my god. Okay, so the characters I enjoy the most in JoJo's were Speedwagon in part 1. Speedwagon was just entertaining, even in the parts that he's been in, including Battle Tendency. What else? Part 2, my favorite character was Joseph, because of course I was got to see him pack for Stardust Crusaders. But my favorite characters in Stardust Crusaders, not counting Joseph, were Avdol and Kakyoin. I enjoyed the entire group. They all had their moments. Like, I just genuinely liked Kakyoin and Avdol the most. Did I say? I don't even remember what I said, but pretty sure I tend to forget stuff I said, but Avdol and Kakyoin are my favorite characters in part 3, not including Joseph. I actually like the new Joseph. I like the new, more mellow Joseph. I still love Battle Tendency Joseph. But you know, it was nice to see him back, because Joseph is one of the most entertaining characters. Especially, okay, so one of the things I remember most was his battle with the Empress. That was a good fight. But I just remember a lot. It's just good to see that, like, even like after 50 years, he's still like the lovable goofball that can outsmart literally anything, except maybe Dio, because he you know what? I'm not gonna spoil it for anyone who hasn't finished, but you could probably work out what happened. But I liked Avdol. It was like, I mean, like, at first he was like just kind of serious and no nonsense, but he like had his moments, and then like after he's I'm not gonna spoil it, but he's put out of commission for a good part. But when he comes back, it was a glorious return, and he's also not as like serious as he was. And oh, if anyone's seen the Polnareff and Avdol versus Judgment fight, you know where I'm going with this. But like after he comes back, he's like a lot more entertaining, and there's also that one scene where, like, I forget the stand user's name, but like they're fighting like this woman in Egypt who causes Joseph and Avdol to become human magnets, and pretty sure you can figure out where that went. Or you know what I'm talking. Like, if you've seen that fight, you know what I'm talking about. That was a scene, but the one thing it did for me was confirm my sexuality, because I was like, JoJo's in general will either make you super gay or super straight, and for me it made me super straight. What am I doing? But yeah. I genuinely, huh? You're right. I did nothing wrong. I can't argue with that logic. I can't argue with that logic. Yeah, you win. That boy Carlos. Dio did nothing wrong. Dio was actually a really good character in part 3. It's like, I don't know, he's just entertaining, especially with, during the fight with Jotaro. What else? By the way, Dat Boy Carlos, how are you? Welcome to literally the end, literally close to the end of the stream because I'm about to end it. What did I do? Shit. I'm getting close to the end of the stream because this is the last cube I need to solve. But wait, I'm doing this wrong. Yeah. So, that boy Carlos, who's your favorite JoJo character? Because I know. Huh? My bro just showing freezing. Nice. Alright. Like, do you not have a heater or something? Ah, shit. But you kind of just jumped in when I was talking about JoJo's, which is really the only anime I've ever liked. Because I've nothing against anime, but like I just don't see it. Don't like see the appeal. JoJo's good though. Probably one of the things I remember the most from JoJo's was in Stardust Crusaders when Polnareff fought Ebony Devil. That was a good fight. Well, once I finish this corner algorithm, it looks like it is time to end the stream. Well, I actually had a successful stream in terms of getting stuff right, but I don't know. I don't know how to outro this except for two things. One, from now on, I will be streaming every Tuesday, as sometime between 7 and 8. Probably like around probably closer to 8, but just starting in that time frame every Tuesday. Unless something comes up, in which case I will just make like a short video explaining